Did you watch it, A? And if so, what did you think of it?
I still think it was a farce. I still think that the fans deserve better. And I'm a huge supporter of McGregor. I think he's the best fighter in the UFC, and I respect him. And I'm going to buy his fights when he fights because I'm a fan. They're two different sports. I just thought it was just all a big fraud.
Did you not think Conor ended up doing better than you thought he would for him to win 3 or maybe 4 rounds?
Well, because Mayweather let him. The first 4 or 5 rounds, he let him do that. When you have these stories from reputable people coming out saying that Mayweather bet on himself the 10th round to win in the 10th round, I mean, I just don't fall for it.
And Conor came out, he did exactly what he said he would do. He came across the ring, he put it on Floyd. There was 9 seconds left in the first round, Ariel, before Floyd took a hand and moved it in a forward direction. He never even tried to land a punch. And the second round and the third round weren't a whole lot different. And the incompetent judges of the Nevada State Athletic Commission still only gave Conor 1 round. That should be a bigger story here. I mean, if that fight would have gone the distance, they were getting ready to rob him. And we see that in boxing constantly. But because this didn't go to the cards, it isn't being, there was no spotlight put on it, but there should be. That was absolutely absurd. And what was also incredible, Ariel, Conor's putting the pressure on him. Floyd's not doing anything back. Finally, Floyd gets off a piece of offense with a straight right. Conor slips it and throws an uppercut followed by a hook, followed by a cross. To explain to you in words how difficult that combination is, to slip and throw an uppercut, so hard to do. Fighters know that is almost an impossible combination. Conor landed it, and that's when all of us in the arena that were the smart marks sit back and go, oh my God, this guy can box.
If you're him, what do you do next? What do you think he does?
Well, I think he's going to fight in the UFC. You know, he gets into this sport and he said something very cool. He's talking about Nate Diaz. I do think that Nate's going to be next. Little inside information. I'm sure you have the same information. I think that's going to go down in late December.
I'm walking down the back and I see Nate Diaz. I got to say what's up himself on his phone. And I go up and go, brother, we did good tonight, man. Hopefully you get that next huge fight. Biggest pay-per-view of all time in the UFC. Being cool, you know me.
Yeah, of course. Plus, you like him.
Yeah, I like him. He looks up and he goes, "Oh hell no! You must feel like a fucking dumbass." And I'm kind of caught off. I'm like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Are you talking all that shit about Conor?" I'm like, "Whoa, stop! All that shit. I work for Showtime, man. I'm here to represent MMA." And then I go, "He won rounds, bro. Like, how can you hate on him? He won round." He goes, "That's just because you don't know boxing. Floyd gave him that rounds." I went, however you think about it, he still won rounds against the greatest of all time. Now he's getting heated. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what is going on here? I was literally coming over to help you. I should not have stopped. And he keeps talking. And then he goes, he hits me. He's in my face a little bit. He hits me. He goes, you just don't know boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. I go, yeah, I know, it's crazy. I'm working for Showtime, doing more stuff for Showtime too. So I'll see you, man. And he still keeps talking shit. And he starts talking about my career. This is how I knew he was running out of material. He's like, oh, nice fight with Arlovsky, blah, blah. I'm like, what? I went, what? That's it? And he keeps talking. I can't understand him. And I think this was the trigger. I turn around and go, bro, use your words. I can't understand a shit you're saying. I didn't mean to offend him. I couldn't understand what he's saying. I go, bro, use your words. I think that was a trigger. Then he flips me off, starts doing this. I'm like, what are you doing right now? I was so embarrassed. I mean, I'm around, like, so embarrassed. Yeah. It's all business people. I'm like, what is going on right now? And then, I tell him, like, whoa, I have zero problem with you. Like, it caught me out of left field. I'm like, I have zero issues with you. What are you doing right now? So I go to walk away, and he just keeps talking.
Conor was given the opportunity to go and represent our sport in a different sport, and I think he did damn well. I think so. He did a great job, and you gotta give respect where respect is due. You know, that's what you do. You know, that's a real man. And
so you don't think that he has any interest in going back down to 145 and fighting you?
No, not at all. You know, I think so. The interest more is that trilogy fight with Nate, you know, and the reason why I say, you know, I'm not saying Nate is the easier fight by any means. Nate is a motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, he fought Nate. one time. He lost, and people still call him the champ. I lost to this guy years ago, and people still call him the champ. They call me I'm the fake champ in our weight, you know? If he comes fight me and he loses, then his fairy tale ends. It crumbles, you know? If he comes, you know, this champ, this whole mystic thing is done. It's over with, you know? And I don't think so. He wants to risk that, especially against a guy like me.
In a perfect world, when do you think you will fight?
I really wanted to get on that November 4th card, you know, MSG. That place is history, man, you know, being able to fight in there's a lot of history there, and that's what I wanted to do, you know, but we see what happens, you know. It's looking like the December card, you know, maybe Detroit, or maybe at the end of the year. The end of the year would be fun. I get to fight at the Night Island in front of my Hawaiians, you know. As if we can't get UFC Hawaii, you know, Las Vegas is the closest thing, and we can do a UFC Hawaii in Las Vegas, and people are gonna lose their minds, I think.
Is it fair to say, at least as of right now, that Frankie Edgar is the next guy?
The whole Frankie thing, everybody's like, oh, fight Frankie, fight this. I wanted to fight Frankie last MSG card. I asked for him. You know, I didn't want to fight Pettis. I wanted to fight Frankie in the MSG card. But things happen for a reason, you know. We ended up didn't get in that fight. He ended up fighting someone else. You know, a year later, now he wants to fight me. So we see what happens. You know, only time can tell. And if he's the guy next up, he's the guy next up. You know, if he wants to be the guy, there's a little bit of history there. But it's up to the UFC, man. I'll fight whoever.